franchise has ever known.
So yeah.
We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. Spencer Schrader is going to have the honor of getting us started. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Starting from the 5. He's brought down just inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First play is to the air. It's his running back. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 26 yards. First down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Was cut along the left sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 35 out of that play. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
Now right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Let's go now.
Brought in right side by Moore. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They send him left out of the slot. They give here to the motion man. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Cut 19! Cut 19! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Check!
Motioning the tight end now.
Check smash! Check smash! Go!
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. And the Texans
Wow.
are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on
That was the
their
right throw.
possession.
Scoop it.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Oh, hey.
The first carry here for Tony Pollard. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Throwing the out route complete. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Could make the connection, was looking for Lavakaki. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up 4th down. And I'm just going to assume, Brock, we're going to see a more aggressive defense here after the amount of points these guys gave up last week.
Yeah, that performance was not up to standard, but this looks a whole lot more like an attacking the pass. Not just playing the defense, but go knock the ball away. Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a low yard on that drive up the gut. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back now, pressure coming. It's lead downfield, and he's got it. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Jaden Reed, the touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
So the Dolphins lining up to go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
That is tremendous defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of the field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, boy, that is a huge win for the defense.
And he just... this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Moving quickly, trying to get set. First down throw by Stroud. And the deep ball falls incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Connects on the crosser. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, that's a run that's whole hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's going to be caught, Tony Pollard. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
That's another Texans 1st down.
And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our 1st quarter. Our score, 6-0. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. 1st down, Stroud. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans tie and can take the lead here in the second. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
And things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they
Who you
run to
playing,
send
Wall?
it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Okay.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up first and 10.
Ready.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the 35-yard
Throwing out to the left, cut. Good reaction to the RPO. They're going to get to him behind the line.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of time. Proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Oh, that one didn't have any of it.
Too dumb play call.
Texans going with 6 DBs for this third down. They're in dime.
18, rally. 18, let's go.
Third and long for him here. Finds him on the crossing right. He's going to bring this down to their 35. Offense up to the line back.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Dolphins.
Throwing it again here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
Back. County Lions.
From the red zone now. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
60.
The Dolphins
Slot man motioned over.
Liking. Check. Ready.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass ball is incomplete. Well, an aggressive mindset not working for them early on here. 2-point tries following both touchdowns, Brock, and neither have been successful.
Well, I hope they worked on a lot of two-point plays this week because they're going to be chasing points the rest of the way. Hopefully, they can find some better success on future two-point chances.
So first down from the 41. Running here with Pollard from the pistol. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
It's caught. This is Lad McConkey. Keeps on moving into the red zone. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find Baker.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans take a slim 2-point lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake. He's got it along the sideline. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in balance.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Goes to the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
7 Pirates, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Finds a man right side. And they're able to drive as he reaches the 45.
Where you at?
After that pickup of 12.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag
So you passed 50, it don't matter.
it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the
Okay,
Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag
Yeah,
route
so you
runaway.
got a point.
You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
70 Timberwolves.
They kick the running back in motion. Pass play on 1st and 10. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. This is caught inside the 15. He will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 2nd quarter lead. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins jump in front now by 5. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Muller. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
35-yard line.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute
Sometime.
warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. 1st down run netted him nothing.
Why you call me that?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, and things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
If this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
Ready.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. figuring it out to start this drive. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Some yardage lost and first down lost too with that grounding flag. This is second and long.
79 Broncos.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at third and extra long. That's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go. Shot. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Hurt. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Here he goes, third and long. Big strike here to Moore. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you try to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on. That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that second.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
19 Lions. Ready.
To the air on third and long.
Oh my goodness,
That is
bro.
incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Didn't read the intended target. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. That force, that contact separated man from ball.
And on fourth and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this.
Rig. Cowboy 80. 7 Pirates. 18 Pioneer. Ready.
Fourth down, pass coming.
Oh, throwing over his head. He's wide open.
Unsuccessfully, and now they turn it over on downs. The Texans set up nicely as they
He not
cut
there.
the
I'm
line,
just throwing down
first and 10.
bad.
From the gun, Stroud.
Pick the ball.
He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Completed over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Stroud now on third. That's on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
One.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Again, Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. The intended target there was Torrey Horton. So second down coming up. Throwing again, it's Stroud. Tough pass brought in. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
This is a heater
Like that.
going deep.
Oh my goodness, bro.
The last two plays both should have been intercepted.
You know what?
Either could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this fourth down. Well, apparently a little too long to run the field goal unit out. The offense staying put to go for it. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. It's caught by Wilson. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on fourth down, Brock. They're moving the chains. First and 10 from the 32. Here's Stroud again. Connecting on a slant. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. Bass's kick is good. And that trims the lead to just a couple. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway.
Why did my kicker just do like that?
Penalty bingo. It's a kickoff out of bounds and some great field position
Why
starting
did
out.
kicker just do?
They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty.
Here we go.
Running it after the penalty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Shotgun now for Stroud. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
11.
Going on third down, Stroud.
I'm about to say, he didn't do it high.
They had a plan, and they've done an excellent
Yeah.
job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
He gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
On the stick.
All right, working from the gun to start.
I ain't
First
got
and
no
10.
Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Nearly starts the drive.
He almost got me to jump, and I'm playing a different game.
Offense to the line fast.
10 yards on the pickup. Second and inches. 34-yard line.
Second down, looking for options. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's a quick pass to the right side. Cup. And works it down to the 37. Coming up to stop that play with Jahdae Barron.
Brings up second and 5 at the 37-yard line.
Completed out to the left on that quick throw.
Mm-hmm.
Nice run across the 15. He will take this across.
You tried to set that
Touchdown,
boy up in
Miami.
position.
The Dolphins push their lead further to start the half. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Line up the design keeper.
Oh,
And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that
yeah.
two-point attempt.
Yeah, that's why I should have went to I'm scared to jump. Boy,
The
that'd be fun,
Dolphins
boy.
have their kickoff team out as they kick it away.
Can we catch a pig though? Like, we can drop 3.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Handoff running right.
Point in. Oh no, that's
They throw out
Devontae.
the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Oh,
Downfield,
that's so
he has
unfortunate.
He gets loose down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown,
That is
Houston.
so unfortunate. But that's my fault, man, because I ain't first.
Leads some in the third. Glad McConkey with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
Every touchdown's got its own story, but for me, Kate, that was all about courage. Courage of that receiver to run all the way across the field. Courage of the quarterback to know it's going to take a little extra time. That courage paid dividends for 6.
Stroud now bringing his guys up for this 2-point attempt. All right, they're going to throw for it. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. That's Bobby Okereke. He's off to the races. The 30. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. All right, so we'll get this up to about the 30 before he goes out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cut 19! Cut 19! Come on, ready?
Airing it out to start this drive. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins now lead by 10. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play,
Why is
70
52
yards.
in every
6 points,
situation,
Brock. They
bro?
can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays, I even call a different one. I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Excuse me.
Drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him
Is he
again
chewing
and
the
see if he can
clock?
get you a new set of downs.
Escapes the pocket.
Is he chewing the clock?
And the
bases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1.
Let's go.
Pass caught by his tight end. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Now it's Stroud. They're setting up the screen. It's Pollard. And they're all over that screen, Brock.
He is chewing the clock.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Why is he chewing the clock? It's weird.
This one down at the 37. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense...
Oh, I ain't thinking about that. I was covering it so much. You hear me?
It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Covered it so much, I'm like, I know why he chewing the clock. He told me something like he might have to go to work.
Draw the gift to Pollard.
That makes sense. Let's claim the play.
Middle there, and he's bounced outside. Now he's set up.
That makes sense why he chewing
It's
the
an
clock. I
8-yard pickup,
respect it.
and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans who have it to start here, and they come in trailing on the scoreboard. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Throwing now on 3rd and 2.
That's why you're not there, bro. Why you not there? You don't have no other assignment right there.
It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the champion here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Here's Stroud throwing for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Fielded at the 7. And he doesn't get very far, just beyond the 5-yard line.
Well, that's the case. Either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field. They'll
go play action. This one found by a defender instead.
You're making me nervous right here.
Passes failing to connect, Brock. It's third down.
Fourth quarter, you can go for it anytime,
Can't
right?
afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown.
Fourth quarter, you can go for it anytime, right?
This third down, it's a big one, and cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He'll be brought down just as he gets it up to the 24. Offense in the hurry up here.
Cowboy 80.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
19 sight. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Mustang 19. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready,
To the air now on first and 10. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one, where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
All right, they bought him a little room. That run good for 6 on second down.
30-yard line. A gain of 7 yards.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Looking quickly here.
That's good for Dolphins.
They go play action on first down. Big strike here to Moore. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
So it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Broken out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be second down.
Brings up second and
60 bites.
Option give here. And he's going to be bundled up just a few yards into that second down run.
You make that call, just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big people between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Buying some time right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're staring at a fourth down now after that sack.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the fourth quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. It's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
Panther 11. Panther 11. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Oh, the back's got it downfield. And he's in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins stretch it to a 2-score game in the fourth. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
And this is caught, so add a couple more to this lead they've got here in the fourth. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10.
All right.
From the gun, Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
On the quick, right?
To the air, Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. receiver. So they're left facing third and long.
10 yards to go.
Here he goes, third and long. Forced out to his right. To the right, pulled in by McConkey. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Desperation time here on fourth. Buys time, rolling right. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Incomplete.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Going deep here for the end zone. And this is a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins have likely locked up the win right there. One play after their defense makes a stand, Brock. This offense says thank you very much and hits the end zone for 6.
That's really what you like to see, Kate. Both sides of the ball capable of making big plays and stacking that momentum with each other. And you really like to see the offense was prepared to get out there. The call dialed in and ready to go, ready to strike.
That's what it means.
Presented itself.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away.
You stop that, Joe. You catch the picks.
That one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Me just call a random play just to make the same adjustment.
To the line, 1st and 10. A give now to the gun. And that one's going to back the offense up just a bit here. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. From the gun, they go with Pollard. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, 2nd down. A 9-yard gain helps them recover in short order. It's 2nd and 11. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston.
What about the Jags be following doing their
A
routes?
little nicer on that scoreboard. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Stroud from the pistol. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, that they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally
McConkey.
on that stat sheet.
They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd down. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing 3rd down. They go 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I'll say, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there.
All he do is run corner routes.
They've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is 4th down. Desperation time here.
He caught that.
Has it. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Hurry up offense now as time runs down.
And the Texans 1st down.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Again, Stroud trying to push deep downfield. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that 1st down throw, swatted away by the defense. All right, following the incompletion. Here's 2nd down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud.
Look who it is for.
He just keeps fighting McConkey. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. Loud McConkey
Don't care.
touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. down the middle. It's good. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game.
Dolphins 50, Texans 36.
Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And the Dolphins are all over that kick. This game is over.
Recovered by Miami.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion.
Cowboys! Buffalo 18!
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He fires one deep down the left sideline. Caught just shy of the goal line. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Gronk, and a new set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, it requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Touchdown, Miami.
Texans foolish.
The Dolphins make it a 3-score game in the 4th. The Dolphins line it up to go for 2 once more.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
All right, they're going to throw for it.
Mm.
And that one's caught. Zach Gilmore onto this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4th.
Texans
The
36.
Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set, 1st and 10. Shotgun now, 1st round. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Dolphins get the football as he makes his 3rd interception
Florida.
of the season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
They're going to pass it here.
Oh.
Now and the ball is out. And the offense is there to cover it. They'll avoid a final turnover as Tom runs out. So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football.